Think you know everything about New York City? Think again. We are going on an exclusive journey behind the velvet ropes and into the hidden corners of NYC's most iconic Gilded Age mansions. Discover the scandalous past, the visionary ambitions, and the forgotten legacies that built these architectural wonders at ease, a history lesson you won't find in any textbook. Welcome, history buffs and adventure seekers. Today, we're stepping back in time to the late 19th and early 20th centuries, an era of explosive wealth, cutthroat competition, and unimaginable luxury in New York City. This was the Gilded Age, and its titans of industry, the Vanderbilts, the Astors, the Carnegies, weren't just building fortunes. They were building palaces right in the heart of Manhattan. Our first stop is the legendary Fifth Avenue, once known as Millionaire's Row. Imagine this street lined not with high-end retail stores, but with magnificent chateaus and Italianate palazzos. The most famous of them all was the Cornelius Vanderbilt house. It was the largest private residence ever built in New York City, taking up an entire city block. People would literally stop and stare at its grandeur. But what went on inside? This wasn't just a home. It was a statement. Every sculpture, every tapestry, every gilded ceiling was designed to scream, "We have arrived." These families were creating an American aristocracy, and their homes were their castles. But it wasn't all about showing off. Let's head over to the East 92nd to visit a mansion with a different purpose, the Andrew Carnegie Mansion. Today, it's the Cooper Hewitt Smithsonian Design Museum. Carnegie, one of the richest men in history, famously said, "The man who dies rich dies disgraced." He wanted a home that was comfortable and modest, not ostentatious. Well, modest for a billionaire anyway. With 64 rooms, it was still a mansion, but it featured innovations like one of the first private elevators in a home and a central heating system. More importantly, it was built to be a hub for his philanthropic work after he retired, a place from which he would give away the majority of his vast fortune. It was a home with a mission. Now, for the scandals. Behind the opulent facades were lives filled with drama. Let's talk about the Astors. Their parties were the stuff of legend, but so were their family feuds. Caroline Astor, the queen of New York society, famously had a list of just 400 people deemed worthy enough to enter her ballroom. Getting on that list was everything. The pressure to maintain status, the arranged marriages for strategic alliances, the secret affairs. It was the original high-stakes reality show. Many of these families, for all their wealth, were dealing with immense personal pressures and tragedies that money simply couldn't fix. Sadly, the Gilded Age couldn't last forever. World War I, the introduction of income tax, and changing tastes meant that these colossal homes became impossibly expensive to maintain. One by one, the grand mansions of Millionaire's Row were torn down to make way for the skyscrapers and apartment buildings we see today. The wrecking ball took not just stone and marble, but entire chapters of New York's history. But some treasures remain. The Frick Collection, formerly the home of industrialist Henry Clay Frick, is a perfectly preserved time capsule. Walking through its galleries, you're not just in a museum. You're in his home, seeing the art exactly as he intended. The same goes for the Felix M. Warburg House, now the Jewish Museum. These surviving mansions are more than just beautiful buildings. They are living museums that hold the secrets, ambitions, and legacies of the families who shaped New York and, in many ways, America itself. So next time you're walking through the city, look a little closer at the buildings around you. You might just be standing on the spot where a Gilded Age king held court, where fortunes were made and lost, and where the story of modern New York was written. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey through time. If you enjoyed this glimpse into NYC's hidden history, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Until next time, stay curious.